Is we on? It's recording. Okay, it's recording.
We's recording. First off, I'm just gonna say you're fancy. You got a whole everything happening back there, which is beautiful.
He got the whole background thing going on.
Yeah, right?
I moved into a new spot and it was quarantine, and I knew I needed something around me that was gonna make me smile and feel lively. So
for sure.
Love it. Okay, so wait, my first question is, how do you say your name? Is it Judea?
Judea.
Judea.
Yeah.
Judea. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I got that right because I'm good at just not even knowing people's names. And y'all, let me just say this about this little woman right here. So first off, we have our table reads, right? And it's the whole cast or whoever's in that particular episode. And sometimes actors are not available for the table read. So we'll have like other actors just read the parts so that, we can hear them. This is how bad I am. So it's a lot of times I don't even say anything but my name and read and then leave. So I saw you today, like, I don't know how many times you were at Reed's, and I was just like, oh yeah, okay, that girl. Yeah, and then I was like, and then I would see the pictures, from each, that they would post up like stills. And never did I put two and two together that you were the same person. I literally thought you were like maybe 3 different people all at the same time. I was like, wow, because it literally took Burgundy to walk my silly butt over to the board with, the photos. And she was like, that is that person. And I was like, what? Amazing. Amazing. Welcome, and you were so amazing in this season. Just I loved watching you and Alex together. I loved it.
That was all Alex, really. Like, I had so many moments throughout the season, like, oh, Alex, I can't do it. And he was like, no, like, you good. I got you. We finna go do it, get it done, we good. And we was good.
Y'all was more than good, like, for real. I mean,
yeah.
I love seeing people where, the chops are met. You know what I mean? It's like, I've been in love with Alex since the first time seeing him on screen. And I was like so amazed when I got the job. And then I was like, because I had met you at the Spirit Awards, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's him. You were with your mom. Okay? And it's just like, it's amazing to just see you, grow into a young man, and then like you two have stuff and it just be amazing. And then y'all's play daddy is amazing. And I'm just like, and I have no parts of that family, so I'm a little annoyed with that. But that's okay. I love watching it. I love watching y'all work. I mean, how do y'all feel this season, or did you feel about this season?
Honestly, I've been knew it was going to be an amazing season, despite everything that was going on before. But everybody has such a good energy, and that's one thing I always loved about the Shy and our family. We always had a great energy, great connection, and it's easy to work with anybody.
I feel that too. Yeah. I love, like, Joel.
Yeah.
The scene, when you walk in on the two in the bedroom.
Yeah. Kevin's macking game was slacking a little bit with the book upside down.
Hey, quick story.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were improvising or something, but one of the takes you actually like caught me by surprise. I was like, huh? Like he went off script on me. He's like, da 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 da. Then he said the line, and I was like, huh? Like, I feel like I was really in trouble. It was crazy.
I love it. Yeah, I like to throw a curveball every now and then.
That's so good.
Yeah, it seemed to work, but yeah, this season. I feel like I'm part of the Shy family now, and just the relationship with Gemma and Kevin is just. I was tearing up on the couch. The episode where Kevin did get caught by me. Just seeing their relationship, grow and flourish, and how she cared for him and is pushing to get him to open up. To see that happen between this, beautiful young Black couple on television, it just isn't something that you see every day. And she's rocking her natural afro, got the Angela Davis vibe going, and they're in this bubble at this school, and she's supporting him. And Kevin's coming around and supporting her and, you know, investing in a relationship. To see that with such young people was very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely can agree. At first, you know, coming on part of the cast, like at first I didn't really know like how many episodes I was gonna be in. Like I didn't really know because like, you know, first episode it was like I had like one line and I just didn't really know what it was gonna become. But man, like it was such a great season. I was so nervous, but like you guys are my family now. Like I just feel so comfortable on set. Like it's a blessing to come into a show that's already been established, but you feel like you've been there the whole time. Like you guys are so welcoming. It wasn't like, oh, like that's the newbie. It was none of that energy. Like even Alex, like he had the most welcoming attitude. It wasn't like, okay, this the 1, 2, what, third girlfriend. Like it wasn't any of that. Like I just loved it. Like it was just such a great season for me, and watching it every week, like even though I know what's gonna happen, I'm literally like speechless. Like it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, I feel that way.
Can we talk about the intimacy scene in this episode between these two Nubian beautiful people, if they want to?
I felt comfortable shooting the scene. You know, she's someone that I'm very comfortable working around. And at the end of the day, a job is a job. You gotta do what you gotta do, and it's young love. Everybody wants to see young love. It's a new thing that has not been brought out to the TV, so we're new to that. So we're bringing that out.
Yeah. I appreciate seeing it in such a way where the freshness of, you know, the freshness and I guess the actual intimacy, and not like sex, but the actual intimacy and all those kind of emotions that happen when you are, you know, when you do love somebody and you do start to feel something and then you take something to the next level. Is it, you know, there's just so many emotions there that are not, it's you're just not as sure of yourself in that moment, but you're vulnerable. That's the word I should say. Vulnerable.
Yeah.
I gotta say real quick, I love the fact that Judea's character Gemma talks about her therapist and how she was like, you know, I talked to my therapist about you and said I want you to be my first. That there was so much, like you said, thoughtfulness put into it. That like she's like, I talked about my love for you, love for Kevin with her therapist, and he's like, what did he say? Really did, and just to have that little brief conversation of two young Black people on screen talking about therapy is so beautiful.
And I also think she's brought out Kevin to do therapy, because in the first 2 seasons, he was like, therapy's for white people, and he doesn't need it. But when he found out that Gemma was going through therapy, it was like, dang, maybe this could help me while I'm going through all this trauma in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a good friend back home in Detroit where I grew up. When my mom passed, we had a heart-to-heart, and I talked to him about me going to therapy. And he was just like, for real? You tried therapy? And you could see this light bulb went off. He was like, man, one of my homies I grew up with did therapy. So just the more you normalize it and talk about it, it loses that stigma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely love that they added that in there, because like, I'm sorry, my dogs are going crazy. But you know, you don't see it. You just don't see it on TV. You don't see young people being vulnerable. You don't see young people, like you said, not necessarily sex, but being intimate and sharing those emotions, especially at such a young age. Like I believe we're like freshmen in high school, and I'm just happy that we're able to be that example, that we're a tasteful example of young Black love. And I don't know, I'm really honored to be that like example. I made a post the other day about how when I was younger, I didn't really see dark-skinned girls on TV. Like I didn't see myself, you know, I just never saw myself. And it's just so like full circle and such a blessing that, you know, I'm able to do that. And then that me and Alex together are able, you know, to just show that like Black love, that strong Black love, like we're in our heritage, it's for the culture. Like, I just love it. I love it.
I think it's beautiful. I really do. You know, being, I guess, way past that age, but you know, it's like high school, or just knowing what that feels like, but then like you said, actually seeing it and seeing it in such a beautiful way, I really appreciate it. And you know, from what I see online, people really do appreciate y'all's relationship too. You know,
Yeah.
from the comments, it's, you know, very welcomed. So
And
yeah.
shout out to you. Phenomenal, amazing. Like when I booked the role, I like, you know, binge watched all the seasons. I was like, wow, whoever plays Jada is doing her stuff. And then when I like researched, got the guys, I'm like, okay, yeah, mentor, there we go. Like I love
Wow,
your work.
thank you. Thank you, thank you.
It's so real. Like, you know, sometimes you see people acting, you're like, they definitely acting, they do this every week. No, like it's real. And I don't know if you like relate to Jada in real life, but I swear that'd be you. I love it.
Yo, thank you so much. I like you. I feel it's a privilege to get to play her. So, you know, kudos to the show for writing some great characters for us. Yeah, for all of us. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what else to say. Do y'all want to talk about anything specific? I mean, we probably got like another, I don't know, 10, 15.
One thing I would say about this episode is I love how the whole episode seems to deal, and a lot through the season, but especially this episode deals with the idea of morality and how flexible it can be. You know what I mean? Between, you know, some people are going to look at, you know, Jim and Kevin going, they should not be having sex. So some people, their morality is not going to accept that. You know,
Yeah.
Some people are going to look at the pastor taking money from, you know, Camille, saying that's wrong. He's justifying it in his own way. Some people are going to say my character was wrong for putting so much money into the campaign and trying to sway it. But, you know, I just feel like there's such an interesting narrative about morality and how flexible it can be and how sometimes it falls into a gray area.
Yeah, which, you know, life is a lot of gray. I mean, even with our wedding, you know, Emmett and Tiff, you know, we know what Emmett just did with Dom, and then it's so now you just gonna marry her, but
just gonna marry her like that.
Yeah, it's you know, yeah, it puts everything in a gray area. It really does. Which
That's life. Life is complex. You can have somebody like Bill Cosby who did so many wonderful things for Black people and did some horrific things to a lot of women. Life is complex like that.
Very, yeah, and it's up to us to, I guess, really show how well all the different ways you can deal with things. You know, for two different characters, it can be completely different. So
I got a question. If we were to have a season 4, how do you think it will go?
I guess it depends on the storyline. I guess we can start with your relationship.
I mean,
Let's start with your
relationship. Based on everything that happened in episode 10, how do you feel like it's going to start off?
Okay, so just like fictitiously? For me, I feel like I don't know. I feel like Emmett and Tiff are gonna be at each other's throats. I do.
I don't think they can last.
You what?
I don't think they're gonna last.
But I know I don't want them back in Jada's house. I know that. I do hope that there are more adult scenes, like adult situations, because we do have a lot of younger people on the show, and I feel like us adults, like, hey, we're here. I would like to see us interact more, the adult characters on the show with each other, just showing Black friends and Black people being friends, like the exes, me and Darnell, or Jada and Darnell. I'd like to see them just be in a space together, just doing nothing, like a day in their house or her house with him over, just being stupid, just being. What about you, Joel?
Me, well, first of all, I want to see Judea and Alex's relationship on the show continue to flourish. I want to see them start like a Black student union on campus.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
You know what I mean? I
love that.
I want her to be like Angela Davis and Huey P. Newton, the young version. Power to the people up in the private school. I want to see that. And then, well, you know, now that Duda is the mayor and you know, basically funded most of his campaign and made it financially possible, I know for myself, if we have a season 4 and if the writers see so fit to bring me back, I would love to see, that complex nature of morality and finance and politics and see what happens between me and Duda, because there's some tension there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, is Duda going off me? Or are we going to form a relationship? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think you're going to be off because you two in another place with money and da-da-da. I could see you pulling some big favors in, like making things tough for him. That would be interesting to see y'all go kind of head to head from different spaces.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. From like me from the complete finance world, and then Duda from like the streets and a little bit of business, and kind of how we use our resources to go at each other. That could be interesting.
Yeah, I like that. Next.
Today.
Of course, if we do have a season 4 and if the writers, have me back, I would love to see Kevin's and Gemma's relationship progress. I want to see Gemma more in Kevin's world. I want Gemma to interact with Keisha and just Kevin's family. I want Jake and Gemma to come to truth. Like, I want them to be okay. I feel like it's important for, I'm obviously dating Kevin, but I feel like it's important for his friends, his support system to be in support of the relationship, not just kind of, like Papa, like, yeah, like, take your time, bro. And Jake, like, no, like, that rich girl, she doing too much. I would love to see them, just all come to peace. I really would like to see what happens with Emmett and Dom. Like, I would love, like, I don't want Tiff and Dom to fight, but I kind of want, like, I want Dom to kind of say something and Tiffany say something back. I want it to be just a little verbal altercation. I feel like that'll be juicy.
I'm with you too.
And then Emmett have to tell the truth, or like, I want to see a little juice. But yeah. How about you, Alex? What you want to see?
Exactly.
I honestly want to see how me, Jake, and Papa grow. Like, this season, it's like we've been branching out and a lot of problems been going on. And I feel like this whole season was about growth and change. And honestly, with season 4, when you grow up with your friends, they kind of drift apart. So I actually want to see what's happening because everybody's getting girlfriends, they're growing up, getting older. And I also want to see what my family's going to go through because we've been through a lot of trauma and unhealable trauma too. So I really want to know how we're going to work through that situation. Yeah.
I got one question, and this, maybe there'll be one like final thing, but I got this one question, and it is about Kevin and his boys' relationship. What if there is a situation where Jake does step to Gemma? That would be
step to Andrea. So I'm not surprised, but if you
but y'all older now, and it's like that would be that.
Gemma not gonna allow that. She too classy. She gonna put a stop on that.
I hope not, cause entanglements going on, all types of stuff.
Entanglements.
So, I hope, but they're still bros at the end of the day. Every season, I feel like Jake and Kevin has gone through a lot, and Papa's the one that glue us together. That's all 3 friendships. Like you have the good, bad, they fight, and then the glue of the relationship. But we've built so much loyalty, so I don't feel like that would happen. But if it was to happen, then I don't know. We fought so much, this might be the end.
Ooh. All right.
And I don't think it would get to that deep because Gemma is down for her man. Okay, Gemma is not going to. I feel like if Jake, ever did do too much, Gemma gone, Kevin, like, I definitely feel like
Get
Gemma.
Get your mans.
I like get man's pool, like, for sure. Yeah, Gemma wouldn't, she wouldn't even let it go that far.
All right. The woman has.
She ain't talking about Jake in therapy. She ain't talking about Jake in therapy.
Oh,
okay.
Talking about Kevin.
For real. Well, I don't know. I guess that's like our closing big question. Everybody, it was like great working with y'all all this season, and viewers, we were beyond thrilled to give y'all this season of The Shy season 3. We hope y'all loved it. We love doing it. Everybody, do y'all just want to give a shout?
Man, great season. Shout out to our directors and writers and crew. Okay, because you haven't seen any hard work until you see the Shy crew. Okay, like they hustle, they grind. So shout out to them, because without them, we would just be out here looking bad.
For real, because there's a lot of us.
Yeah, it is.
Working in them cold Chicago, in that cold Chicago weather too, on location, getting it in. Big shout out to Lena.
Yes,
you know what I mean, for creating this world for us to all live in. You know what I mean? Constantly supporting, the Black artists and Black creatives. So big shout out to her. And like you said, the directors, writers, crew, cast.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Amen.
Shout out to everybody. Showtime.
Thank you, Showtime.
Everybody.
Shout out to everybody. Showtime. Hopefully, y'all keep staying tuned. Episode 10 on the way this Sunday. And hopefully we get it next season.
Yes. The Shy Day Quattro. Let's do that. The Shy Day Quattro.
The Shy Day Quattro, baby.
You know what I'm saying? That could be a Migos song. Quattro, Quattro, Quattro. Woo, 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 woo. I'll leave that to the young people.
All right. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Hey, Lana.
Bye.
All right. See you there, Kevin. Peace.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Here we go. Y'all, thank you for joining me today. So that we can say thanks to everybody that's watched this season, talk about this season. It's been a lot of ups and downs. We lost people, we gained people, new love, I see. So how are you feeling this season?
I'm like, I don't know. I feel good, actually. I feel like this season was very, challenging when it comes to acting it out and really bringing all the emotions to life. But overall, the end product is really good. So I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Shema?
I would say I like this season just because it shows a lot of new. We haven't had new in a minute, and I feel like some people are either gonna love it or hate it. But either way, it's kind of a thing that as life moves on, you have to experience and accept the new and the challenges and whatever we go through, whatever you have to go through in life, whether it's the new relationships or losing somebody. You just have to go through life, and I feel like The Shy really did a great job of showing that this season.
I do too. What about you, Jade? How do you feel about coming into a new group of people as far as the characters on The Shy and dealing with this group of your man's friends and how they take you in and all that? And I realize y'all are at different schools too.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's really dope. We are at different schools. So, other than seeing, Jake, Kevin, I don't really get to see Papa, Maisha, other than, I think the only time we really saw each other was the Blackout episode. And that was really interesting. Gemma and Maisha kind of had a little moment where they kind of bumped heads. Definitely, though, I feel like, art definitely imitates reality. And it was definitely one of those moments. I mean, it was a new, chick in the group. It was probably to Maisha like, whoa, wait, what's happening? Like, these my boys, you feel me? But it's definitely been cool getting to work with everybody. Everybody's so welcoming and just open. From y'all to those, it's really just a fun time. So for me, it was great. I loved it for sure.
Let me ask this: do you feel, Shaman, like being part of the group of boys that, you know, grew up in grade school together, right? And now y'all going off to different schools. Do you feel that Papa, would he have any, would Papa, or does Papa feel anything about being in a different school than Kevin and Jake?
I definitely feel it's something new not having either of them, just growing up with them for so long. Like those are basically his brothers at this point, and not having them with him or being, going through life together. Because I feel like I think this is like maybe freshman year for them.
Mm-hmm.
Just going through life together. It's like they have before. Like you've seen in the past seasons what they've been through together, and you rarely see them apart. And I feel like he misses that sense of connection, and whatever they go through, even if it's the littlest thing, like, oh, this teacher made me mad today. It's like Papa's not there to be like, oh yeah, they was tripping. So I feel
Well,
like
I
he
know
connection.
there's that like personal thing, but then like as far as say the differences in the schools, like that was something that I wondered about, because I know we didn't go into it deep this season, but you know, we all know school systems, you know, different
Yeah.
schools get money. And that's one thing that I know that they were starting to, you know, show and talk about as far
Yeah.
as where y'all are going and everything, splitting y'all up into different areas. One thing, you know, there was like one scene where they did like at first kind of show the differences, like say with lunches, and when, you know, your school had certain things, and then Kevin's school had like lunch was different, like that kind of thing. Do you think or wonder if like going into it further as they get older, more things will be shown about that?
I feel like they might.
Mm,
Hopefully, if we do have another season, I would love to see that, because I personally have had that experience of going to a school with more money versus a school, not really funded well.
yeah.
So I feel like I feel like I would love to see them go off of not really the difference between the two, but I feel like as Black men being in those environments, I feel like that's what I would really love to see.
Like opportunities that
Yeah.
come with different, you know, with different schools and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What's up, Alex? Sorry, we just started getting into things.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. My bad.
I had asked everybody, what did I ask y'all? I forgot already.
I asked how do we feel about the season so far, and also Judea, how she felt about the season.
Yeah, and coming into a group that's already been established as far as friends.
This season it's amazing. Actually, my favorite season of the whole years.
Mine too.
And it's just about growth, just young kids growing up in Chicago, trying to find a way, going through situations, and we're telling a real story.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what wanted to ask something, because it was about the stuff with with Keisha missing, and then because one scene that really struck me, and it was when you were with when Kevin was with Jake and they were with his brother, and and the brother was like, well, why should I help him, and he said, he's my family. Like that really took my heart when he said that, because it was like, these kids have all been through so much already, and this one situation is just one more super heavy situation, and then to see your bestie go all out for you, because I mean, y'all all rolled up at the trap house. It's like, I love that. Those are your boys.
And it's crazy because we have a different way of showing love. Like going to the trap house and saying this is my family is their type of love. They don't know no physical love, no hugging, which you could see in the scene where we were sitting by the steps. It was like we wanted to hug each other, clap each other up, but we couldn't.
Yeah.
the environment that we're in, we have to be strong. Our skin has to be thick. And as young Black boys, it actually puts us in a system to where we can't stand together, you know, or hold each other up. So just showing that scene, that scene actually meant a lot to me, because it was like, damn, we have so much love for each other, but we can't even express it because of how we look, act, feel. So.
Well, also, from what we've seen, on screen, like this third season, we saw some with Jake and his brother, but it's like there haven't really been examples of seeing, Black men love each other, hold each other, comfort each other, just comfort in that kind of way. And, that's, once you put it into words that way, that was something that's very, very true to me. Like, not really feeling like I ever saw a lot of times touch. I remember, like, for y'all, it's like a whole different thing, but growing up watching the Brady Bunch, I wanted to be part of the Brady Bunch, because it's like that family, it's like the dad hugged, they gave pats on the back, they, put their arms around them and did things. And, we, not that we didn't love each other, but, it just wasn't shown in that kind of way. So
Have the same type of love as, other people would.
yeah.
I feel like with Papa, like Papa is kind of like the love of the group. And I feel like a lot of the times, like Alex with his character, he goes through so much, and same with Jake's character, he's gone through so much, and Papa really is accepting of them both, rather than society or other people may like, oh, you did this, you shot him, you hang out with drug dealers. It's like, Papa, like, these are my brothers, like, we grew up together, and I'm like, I accept them and I love them, but most of the time, it's like moments where they have to be tough and strong, where they can't even, it's sad to say, but they can't even really accept that love that most people would like to give to them, because they feel like in this environment, in this community, they're almost stereotyped to be tough and not cry and not show any emotion towards each other, even if they've known each other for years.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part. We don't even have Papa, to help us or go through anything. Because as you can see, Papa's the only one that's giving us hugs, and we're like pushing back, like all that type of stuff. We don't have that love support anymore. We're growing apart, which we could see it happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna do with the next season, but I hope we have more scenes together and like actually show the bro love,
Yeah, and or working through that to to maintain it, to because sometimes you do kind of do this with people, but then you come back together, because sometimes it takes stretching out in different ways to come back, because I mean, y'all now have like little girlfriends as well, so that's a whole thing that you might go down. I don't know, but it's just saying, there's different ways to, I don't know, I have no idea. I just want a season 4, that's all. Yeah, so we can explore these things. One other thing I want to talk about is like Papa and his dad, his dad taking the money and him kind of calling them on it, and and helping out Maisha. There's a whole we talked about it in another session where there's a gray area between how people judge, what people judge, because it's like life is not black and white, you know what I mean? It was very interesting when he called out his father, and he was helping your character, and then even like your character's mother, like getting mad about it. It's like, it's just a lot of things there. I mean, how did you feel with those scenes when they came to your house?
For me, like, I felt that it was I know it was kind of interesting, because I know that if in real life, if I was in that situation, it kind of would have ended differently. But I do feel that as for Maisha, I feel like that was definitely something that was well needed because, like Alex and Shimon said earlier, Papa is the love of the group. And so he shows that in whatever aspect he's put into, whether that be his girlfriend or his friends or his parents or whatever, he's always giving love, whether that means, confronting somebody else's parent who you've really never met before. You're willing to face that and you're willing to be there, especially for the people that you care about. I think that is very important to show and just to, express to other people who are watching that, you can also be that person who is giving love, or you can also be that person who is receiving it and know how to take that and use it.
Yeah.
For good. So yeah, I feel like it was very enlightening for me, and also just it made me feel good because that was just another part of the show that was filled with love, and I got to play that part. So I feel great about it.
Excellent. What about you, Shimon?
I feel like those scenes, I like going deeper into like the lives of different characters who we don't really like to see, not like to see, but who we don't see a lot.
Yeah.
We're showing the money, like even though his dad, was kind of going through a lot, it shows he raised a good child. Like, he was like, you could tell Papa was raised right versus what, no matter what you see Papa's dad doing now, he raised a good child, because most people wouldn't even look Maisha's way, when
To
she was like,
help.
oh, you know what I'm saying, my family kind of struggling, I got to look over my brothers and sisters. Like, they're just kind of mind their business, like, oh well, that's your problem. In some instances, it's like, you can fix your own problems, but sometimes we do need help, and I feel like we all need to help each other as a community.
Mhm.
And this is like, it's Papa's girl, so it's like, and him already having that loving aspect, like she said before, it's kind of like he automatically, as a young man, it's like he has this mature mindset of like, oh, I'm already feeling bad for her, or I need to help her, just already being a man before he's even really grown
Man,
yet.
yeah. Well, you know what? And I'm glad you brought it up in that way because I do really appreciate seeing a young man thinking in that way to take
Mhm.
and care for and help with, because she's not asking you for anything. She's
Yeah,
not
that's what I was about to
telling.
say. It's a
Yeah,
choice.
yeah, it's his choice to help. And just to take it from that age to Jada's age, it's like not like us, single women are asking for handouts or asking for you to do something. It is wanting somebody to be in your life that wants to be there and is
Mhm.
going to do right by you, so that it just makes your burdens less. It makes it easier. It makes you a little lighter to walk. It makes it a little lighter for you to move forward with somebody next to you. um I just want to ask you guys before we sign off, like, what would you like to see for your characters season 4 if we get a 4? Genesis.
Oh, I want to see a transformation with her or with Maisha in general because I think, like Shimon said in the very beginning, this we haven't had new in a minute. Saying until season 3, we didn't have very much new. So I want to see something new for her. I want to see her finally accomplish that goal that she was going to accomplish and see how however that plays out and whatever new challenges she faces and how whoever she interacts with. I do want to see new for her. Yeah.
Cool. Shema.
Uh, Me, I would love to see the problems Papa have, because you don't really see Papa have a lot of problems. I would love to see, because he's always like the happy person. I would love to see him go through some type of emotionally traumatic something, that really
Yeah,
like,
like a personal thing.
because it's like you have Jake and Kevin, it's like they been already been through life at such a young age in a way. And I feel like Papa is kind of, he still has that kitty innocence.
Mhm.
And I want to see moments where it's kind of like that. You can't, a happy person can't be happy all the time. Like, oh, they too perfect. Like, they too happy all the time. They too wise all the time. And I feel like I want to have moments where you see, you know, him break down in a way. Not break down, but like have moments where like, I'm going through this and like, who's going to help me? Because he's always there for his friends and he knows the stories are there for him, but like, are they always going to be there for me in a way? So just see my character go through more problems.
Yeah, like personal stuff, personal issues. Alex?
I want to see my character stay on the right path and not switch to his focus, stay in school and do what he has to do. And honestly, I want him to fulfill Brandon's needs. When Brandon left, he told him, you got a great life. Everything's good. You're a strong kid. And do better for yourself. And that's what I want Kevin to do. And also to slow down. Because, you know, Keisha with her problem going on. And he's just forcing a lot to go back to normal, which it would never happen. So
Yeah.
I just want him to adjust, slow down, and focus on his goal and his path.
Cool. Jade?
Yeah, really, all three of their answers in one. I definitely, would love to see Gemma's story progress, Gemma's journey progress, being that only, like that I'm like Black kid in school, type of vibe going. Like you were saying earlier, I think Gemma would love to be that piece for Kevin. People of course get, support from their family, but like you said, some things are easier when you have someone to walk through it with you. And I would really love to see, Kevin and Gemma's relationship open up to that point where they're able to connect emotionally, and for Kevin to know, like, okay, like this girl, like she got me. And I want to see loyalty. I feel like it's always, like, okay, they going good, now somebody done cheated. I want to see, like you said, on the right path. I want to see a good, clear, emotional, just raw relationship.
Cool. Yo, well, I hope we all get it so we can see it too. Everybody, this is the wrap up for season 3 of The Shy. Thank y'all all for coming in, and thank y'all for watching.
Thanks for having us.
Toodles. See y'all later.
All right, bye.